Good morning, Americans and humans. This is your favorite alien with today's commentary. I've been watching for the last couple of days CNN, MSNBC, and of course Fox News. And of course they're doing slanted reporting, as they always do. CNN's getting a little better now that they fired Sucker. That's good. Fox News is not getting better at all. They say they're fair and balanced, and no, they're to the right. Right-wingers can't report that way on a serious situation like Ukraine. But my comment today is Ukraine, the cause, and it's you. And what I mean by you, I mean humans, is the cause of Ukraine. Ukraine was always tossed around from point to point. Like I told you before, and you guys don't listen to me, so who you care, right? Ukraine was part of different organizations at different times in the centuries. From 1504 to 1567, it was part of the Golden Horde. Yeah, okay. Then came the Polish Kingdom and the later Lithuanian Polish Commonwealth. Yeah. So let's say from 1567 to 1795, it was part of that. And like I said before, the eastern part, known as the East Bank of Ukraine, Mother Russia occupied it for a while. The West Bank was occupied by the Lithuanian Polish Commonwealth. Yoo-hoo! Yeah. Mm-hmm. In 1795, the Prussians and the Russians divided Poland among them, and Poland, the divided Poland. Well, it so happens that the Russians got Ukraine. From 1795 to 1917, yo-ho! Yeah, okay. Then, 1917 to 21, you had the little white Russians versus the red Russians. Yeah, okay. 1921, the Bolsheviks under Lenin finally won, and the Russian Empire was kicked out the bucket. The Soviet Union was started in 1922. Yoo-hoo! And one of the founding members was Ukraine SSR. Okay. 1922 and 91, Ukraine SSR ruled. And two of the guys that ruled the Soviet Union were from Ukraine. A certain Nikita Khrushchev. Yoo-hoo! Yeah. And like I tell you Americans who have watermelons for brains, the Crimea was part of Russia. And Mr. Nikita Khrushchev, before he took over as party chief of the Soviet Union in 1958, stole it with his allies in the Supreme Soviet in 1954, and it became part of Ukraine SSR. Okay. And, well, his Cuban Missile Crisis of 62, which is 60 years ago, which is what we're doing now, with Biden and Putin. We're doing a little dance of that 60 years later. Well, same type players, different organizations, and same stupid result, except that this one's going to end up in World War III because we got Mutt and Jeff running the countries. Yeah, okay. So, in 1991, the Soviet Union dissolved. from 91 to 94, Ukraine was a disaster. And mind you, it had 10, count them, 10 nuclear plants, yoo-hoo, and nuclear weapons, yes. So the United States under Bill Clinton and Lewinsky, notice we got Zelensky and then you got Lewinsky, yeah. Well, he decided to stick his nose in there and did this so-called treaty with Russia and Ukraine, and Russia was under Boris Yeltsin. Oh boy. Russia was a disaster. Well, anyway, Ukraine gave up its nukes, and Russia took them over. The United States helped them get them over there. Aren't you guys stupid? Yeah. Yeah. That's why I called you Watermelons for Brains Americans. Yo-ho! Yeah, okay. Going forward, you also put the treaty in there that Zelensky is beating you with the head today. That you wanted Ukraine to be an independent democratic republic. Why would you put that in there? You should have let them figure that up for themselves. But no, you didn't. You put that in there, democratic. Just like you put everything NATO country. Now you got Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and all those former Soviet republics for the most part, and Soviet bloc, like Czechoslovakia, which is now Czech Republic, and Slovenia, and Poland. Don't forget Poland. And Lithuania. Yeah. And NATO. Ooh, what dumb can you get, huh? You should have done something different with those nations, but you did not, because you were going to stick it to Russia. Yeah. Well, it looks like Russia is sticking it to you, doesn't it? Oh, big time. Okay. So then you decided, okay, Russia went through 20 years of disaster from 1994 to 2014. Russian presidents were, bad. Ukrainian presidents. Ukraine went through a disaster. In 2014, Vladimir Putin had reconstituted Russia to a certain degree of respectability. Yeah. And he decided, hey, I got to get my part back because it belongs to me, and it does belong to Russia. Crimea is Russian. Ukrainian doesn't belong to anybody. It doesn't belong to Russia. It doesn't belong to Poland. It doesn't belong to Lithuania, but it was all over the place. Who knows who the Ukrainians belong to? Maybe themselves. But nobody's giving them a chance to do that. Because the West is telling them, hey, yoo-hoo, I'm dangling this in front of you, NATO, yoo-hoo, NATO, you, EU, yoo-hoo, yeah. And then in the background, aren't those Ukrainians funny? We'll kick him in the ass. And that's what you did. You kicked him in the ass. That's the United States and Europe kicked them in the ass. The Russians, on the other hand, were, hey, what are you doing in our backyard? Yoo-hoo! I don't go there and say, I'm going to take over New York City and Bridemore Beach over there and make it Russian, which you have, by the way, but hey, who cares, right? Woo-hoo! Yeah. Well, see what I mean? And then your country, America and Europe, decided to go green. Whoa, how stupid can you get? Well, you went green, and now you're going Russian. Yeah. And then here, Putin decided, okay, 8 years later, I want the rest of Ukraine. I don't want these UE, NATO on my southern borders here in the Black Sea. No, that's terrible. And I need Odessa. Yoo-hoo, I need Odessa. Oh, boy. That used to be a haven for Soviet Union guys in the old days. The villas they had in Odessa. Oh, you don't know about Odessa, people? Ooh, boy, are you dumb. Anyway, so they decided to take it back. And they're going to eliminate the Ukrainian way of thinking of, we are independent. They're going to say, hey, you haven't been independent ever. The Mongols made sure of that under the Golden Horde. The Polish and Lithuanians clobbered you. senseless. The Prussians and the Russians clobbered you back in the 18th century, didn't they? Oh, big time. The Germans made it clobbering, make sure you knew about that in World War II. Yeah, Hitler didn't like you guys over there in Ukraine. Yoo-hoo! Yeah, okay, see what I mean? And you Americans, oh, we're not going to have the no-fly zone because we don't want to stick our neck for the Ukrainians. We tried to make them be stupid, and now they're trying to make us look stupid. They can't make you look stupid. You did it on your own. With your stupid policies of Green Deal. That's where you are today. So Russia has nothing to do with your problems. Their problems are caused by you. You caused Russia, you caused Ukraine, and you caused everything. The Europeans and the Americans, the way of thinking. This is your favorite alien saying, now that you got World War III staring you in the face, and by the way, you can't avoid it, either today, tomorrow, or at the end of the year, you're going to get World War III here because Putin is determined to give you World War III and stick it to your ass. Good day.